That said, let's get to the heart of the matter. The first aisle. When I walk into a supermarket or a grocery store, the first aisle is normally fresh produce, right? But we're going to skip past that aisle for now. We're going to go to the other parts of the supermarket. Now, in my opinion, every other spot of the supermarket, there's an element of danger there. An element of danger. For me personally, I've never heard of anyone that said fruits and vegetables and grains and beans can be dangerous in any way unless they're contaminated. You still want to
Is that what happened? It was on the ladder?
So inherently, I don't see anything wrong with fruits and veggies. Now, outside of that first aisle, there are only two other aisles that I consider safe. That would be the aisle where there's water, although on that aisle there's normally soda, so you don't want that, but just the water, and then the aisle where you have rice and beans and grains. Those are the safe places there. So when I go, let's say to the far aisle, we go to the dairy section normally, right? Now the dairy section scares me. There are things in dairy that are, to me, could be dangerous. Number one, we have something called IGF-1. Anyone ever heard of that? Okay, it's a growth hormone. And it makes you grow, which is what it's supposed to do. So if you give a cow, a baby calf, milk, that calf doubles in size in about 45, 50 days. If you give a human baby, human breast milk, that baby doubles in size in about 6 months. So cow's milk is designed to make you grow at an accelerated rate. Hence, it has almost 3 times as much protein in it as human breast milk. There are things you can do with cow milk that you cannot do with human breast milk. Like, for instance, you can't make ice cream with human breast milk. You need cow's milk to do it. So just this one thing, the growth hormone, can cause problems. Now I have a client who had breast cancer, and she had to have, some surgery done. I told her, look, you gotta cut this dairy out, because not only does dairy make you grow muscle-wise, because it has growth hormones in it, it can accelerate the growth of cancer cells too. So that's what I see when I see dairy. I'm thinking cancer, because I know I'm at that age now where friends and family, they're getting cancer. I have a friend, she's 35 years old. She just had a mastectomy and only 35. But she didn't know about dietary changes 20, 30 years ago. So most of you here probably know that if you have cancer and it's the size of the eraser on a pencil, it's about 10 years old before it's been detected. You've had it for 10 years. A gentleman today, or a few days ago, told me that he's having prostate issues. He wakes up and he can't go and urinate. And it's painful. And he said, Kirk, I had to go to the doctor. I was just in pain. Nothing was working. And he went to the doctor, and he said the doctor told him the same things I was telling him like 3 or 4 years ago, that you have to change your diet. Now it's resonating with him because he's in somewhat of a dangerous situation. So I tell everyone, in your 20s, you feel like you're Superman. You can do whatever you want to do, right? Eat, drink, go out all night, chase whatever you're chasing. Because you're Superman in your 20s. In your 30s, you start to realize, well, I got to do something to stay in shape a little bit. Then when you hit 40, normally you understand that you have some type of metabolic issue, metabolic disease. And then when you hit 50, all hell can break loose. Right? And I see the all hell breaking loose around the 50 years of age, because a lot of my clients come to me around that time. They may have come from the doctor. The doctor said, look, you got to make a change immediately, or we got to put you on these drugs, or both. I'm trying to circumvent the drugs and circumvent the devastation that can happen over the course of time. That's why I want to catch people as early as possible, get them to make some changes so we don't have to suffer through these metabolic diseases, which would be, who's heard of metabolic syndrome? Anyone? We're looking at cancer, type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, ovarian cysts, things of that nature. Those types of diseases which can be circumvented or mitigated by a change in diet. So dairy, again, the far aisle, there's that element of danger. And I say this because, again, I know people with cancer, prostate cancer, breast cancer, and a lot of times we may not be able to erase it, but you can lower the incidence rate.